All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? Today is officially hump day and an interesting hump day, a unique hump day. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Let me make sure I check on my levels. All right, so let's get this thing going. All right, today's quote: "The sky is not my limit. I am." So I like this quote right here. This is one that really resonates with me. The only limits are the ones that you set for yourself. All right. So that is the quote of the day. Let's go ahead and move on over to the pre-market insight. So on the calendar today, all we really have is the inauguration. This is what they had posted. They had crude oil inventories posted over the weekend as happening today, but that's actually not going to take place today. That's going to be on Friday. So all we have is the inauguration today, around noon, and then tomorrow, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, building permits, and initial jobless claims. All of that before we have the opening bell, and Friday, existing home sales and crude oil inventories. All right. So that is the calendar. Go ahead and look at that. NQ futures sessions power range has a high of 1356.25 with a low of 1328.25. We're trading bullish, up 0.94% when I posted this, with 61K of volume, which is kind of light, and 202.98 on the ATR. So this volume is kind of expected. I don't think we're going to see a lot of action this morning. That's just my personal opinion. But we'll see. I'm not, with everything, with the political stuff that's happening today, I'm not expecting, things to really, definitely not expecting a trending day, but we'll see how things turn out. All right. Let's go ahead and look at that on the chart. Had some pretty good overnight action though. Kind of hung around here until around noon. Then we had this run up in the Euro session into today's pre-market. The way I look at this is pretty much international trading. My bias this morning would be actually I don't even want to have a bias this morning, but according to my strategy, I would have to take any trades that I take with this kind of structure, it would have to be long according to my strategy. So I'm just going to follow the strategy as usual, but I don't know how. I'm just going to wait until till we get that first 3-minute candle to look at the price action from there, determine how aggressive I'm going to be with my trading this morning. It's because I'm in uncharted, and I haven't experienced trading with this kind of situation. So I want to observe first, and then if I don't get a trade today, it's cool. I can tomorrow the market is open, should be, and I can trade another day. So if I miss a day, it's not the worst thing in the world. All right. Good morning, Dean. Schedule had kind of a interesting morning. Didn't really get to do all of my pre-market stuff that I like to get done. So had to kind of prioritize what I did before I turned the camera on and all that stuff. I'm about to get the rest of the stuff done after I'm done trading. My daily routine stuff. also, I almost forgot about it. Leeloo is having a 1-day sale today. You can get let me pull up. That's not it. Stuff threw me off this morning. This is the main thing I was supposed to talk about before the open. So we can see that today only they're doing the 8 contract account for $51 only, like they had when I had to open up a new evaluation account with them. They're doing that sale one more time. So if you want to take advantage of it, I'm just putting this out. Since if anyone that may be interested, just want to put it out so you can take advantage of it. And the code to get this discount will be is in the description of this video with the link as well. Alright, so I just want to put that out there for anyone that may be interested. And that sale is today only. I'll put the code in the chat as well. About 3 minutes. Gotta get this pre-market snapshot. Still doing my with Sierra chart. I'm still doing I'm still testing out what I was the thing that I've been testing out over the last couple of weeks. That's going to be put to use for something, a project that I'm working on. Something I'm actually going to use for myself as well. Where am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Interesting action on the volume profiles today. This is what I like the volume profile to look like so far. Of course, it lines up with price structure. Definitely looking to buy the dip or get in on pullbacks. Not crazy with the price band that's extended. Wouldn't be too crazy to take breakouts. Next sell-off is expected. What I'm looking for is what kind of volatility we get. What's going on, Mike? Looks a little choppy right now. It looks very choppy. Again, I don't want to take any breakouts. So I'm going to go ahead and set up.
Order submitted.
A location that I would like to get in. Definitely would not be surprised to have some sell-off. Actually, let me not forget about what I'm working on in Sierra also. Actually, I already missed a location. I already missed part of it. So, again, I got to put this out, for anyone, just to make sure that we are fully aware that what I'm doing in Leeloo is Leeloo in Sierra chart. I'm only testing something out. I'm definitely not recommending following what you may see me doing in Sierra. Whatever trading decisions that you make are completely up to you. And I gotta mute this so I don't keep hearing myself. So whatever trading decisions you make, you're completely responsible for your trading and your account. This is not a place to come. Like, I don't call out stuff so you can follow it. I'm not really a strong believer in just copy trading. Just want to put that disclaimer out there. Make sure everybody is fully aware of what I'm doing with the Sierra thing. Hindsight Capital says I could have been aggressive right there, but that wasn't in my plan this morning, so that should have been part of my test though. Bulls are coming in pretty strong right now. Again, I don't want to take, also part of my plan this morning, I don't want to take any breakouts. Because at this point, I feel like I'll be chasing. And with this, just looking at the price structure, like if I try to get excited and get in at once this candle closes and it closes strong, I feel like it would be more so chasing than anything. But what I will do, if I tried to get in right there, that for me, that's a chase. And I definitely don't want to make sure I don't chase. Not just this morning, but at any time. This feels like the wrong song. Yep, it's definitely the wrong song. Definitely, that was the wrong song. Actually, forgot about the. I keep forgetting about the thing that I'm doing with Sierra. Also, part of that test is to work on trading on multiple platforms, because I do want to feel like my regular trading account is getting neglected, and I want to just have that money over there sitting, not doing anything. So I'm trying to come up with since my primary goal right now is Leeloo, I don't want to forget about. I still want to also trade in that regular account. Not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect this morning, but I definitely was not expecting this kind of a price action. This is why I like to not be biased and not try to speculate on what I think is gonna happen. Because usually I don't make the right assumptions. That's why I like to just try to stick to my strategy and let the chips fall where they may. There we go. That sounds right. Hindsight Capital says today would have been a great day to be really aggressive. Perfect location would have been 131 or 130. Or yeah. Hey Rob, I was in a trade on Leeloo. It said I exceeded threshold, but after I took profit, it said under threshold. What? I have no idea. So my experience with exceeding the threshold, if you did it, it was supposed to just completely kill the trade, and you shouldn't be able to do anything else. So I guess to me that would look like you didn't actually exceed your threshold, but that's just my personal experience with it. I mean, you can always reach out to Leeloo and see what they have to say about it. Buyers are definitely looking strong this morning. Make an adjustment to that, but turn up my aggression a little bit, but with a smaller position size. Still not taking any breakouts. That threshold thing, I noticed that as a common occurrence and just ignored it. Main focus being the trailing drawdown. Yep. Yeah, see, that's all I do pay attention to is the trailing drawdown. At this point, I'm looking for the market to give us another area of support. Looking for like a pivot or maybe some consolidation. Still don't want any breakouts. If I don't get exactly what I want, I'm okay with not taking any trades today. Just verbalizing this stuff just to keep myself reminded of what I'm looking for. so I don't get caught up in my emotions or just want to keep everything to the strategy. You know, to my technical analysis. Looks like we can maybe consolidate here or attempt another run. Almost one and done for me this morning on ES. It's awesome. Got one aggressive play that may get filled soon.
Order filled.
Just gonna place that down there.
Order submitted.
Let's make sure I get that screenshot, and then I'll make my adjustments. Put in the screenshot in the journal, and that journal is located at nv3trader.com/journal. Just hit the big red button for anyone that may not know about that already. All right, let me make my adjustments. Want to give this a lot of room to work itself out. Completely looked at my levels wrong earlier. There was one that I was missing. I got the way that I have my levels colored, they're not colored the same across all the platforms. So sometimes I have to keep that in mind.
Order submitted.
So I'm only in this position 3 contracts for right now. Give myself plenty of flexibility, plenty of room to make any necessary adjustments. Actually, last night I ended up having a practice session and watching, what I call game tape, just watching my some of my recorded trades and put in some days into replay mode and just watching things and get the same way that an athlete would watch film. That's what I did last night. I want to start doing. I need to start doing that more often. Actually, I think that's really good to get yourself into that making sure you're solid with all of your your techniques and your methods and everything. I don't use cumulative delta, but I believe they do. And I can see Sierra chart pretty much has everything. Like the wording may be a little different, but they have everything.
Order canceled.
All right, so hit my first target on that trade and hit the break even. Wasn't a huge play, but got me in the game. It's like the buyers are trying to create a floor right there at 160 or 162. Catching a little bit of resistance. Sellers are trying to push through that. Next major support I see is at the 130 range. The delta is something that I've been curious about. I definitely don't need it to trade, but something I do want to. I like to just learn everything, like learn as much as I can and study different things, and that's something I do plan on studying or looking at in the future. With AMP, you just have to. You have to pay for the extra fee for the data, which is not much. So once I get into got a few projects I'm working on right now, not just this Leeloo and trading and stuff. So once I get some of that stuff out of the way, I do want to go back and study the delta and what's the other thing? Can't think of it right now. Market profile. And my goal since I started trading was to make my strategy as simple as I possibly could. I think I've met, I have made it, I have reached that goal, but that doesn't stop me from wanting to learn more about other things. I went back, I was also reviewing like over the weekend, like some of my older stuff, just looking at my numbers and everything. And I looked at one of my first technical charts, like when I was trading stocks in, back then it was Sure Trader. I don't think they're in business anymore, but I was using Thinkorswim as, to see everything, to do my analysis. And I had all kind of crap on my charts. And back then I remember thinking that I wasn't using that many indicators, but there was a lot of unnecessary stuff. Like it was too many things to look at to make any real decisions for day trading. It's something that interesting that I discovered over the weekend. Just looking back at the early stages of my trading career. Also on that note, again, the stream that I did on Monday, I did mention that next Monday there won't be a stream. I'm gonna be traveling, I'm gonna be out of town for my daughter's birthday, so I just want to go ahead and put that out again. Wednesday for sure I will be on, and I may do one extra one. We'll see. Well, yeah, I may do a stream on another day. All right, cumulative delta, who was in control, buyers, sellers, and the divergence between them. Absolutely. Interesting consolidation. So that trade is going to be that I trade took earlier. That's yeah, it's gonna be my one and only trade for the day. I really, since I, was, since this is kind of a new territory for me, I wasn't really expecting much this morning anyway. So that run up that we got out of the gate, that was pretty, that was unexpected for me. Just because usually when we have stuff like, especially like if Powell is speaking around lunchtime, there's usually not much going on. So anytime we have like political news like that, or even economical, somebody's major in the economical field. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but whatever. Usually, the market is pretty dead until whoever is supposed to be speaking does their thing. So that's pretty much what I was expecting this morning. Being as unbiased as I possibly could be. It's like we want to try to make another run, but price action right now is kind of weak. And the way that I look at who has control is I look at it through the energy of the market. Of course, we know that nothing is 100%. And, there's a lot of theories about manipulation and all that stuff, all that, all that good things. But that's just the way that I see who has control and who doesn't have control, and what's doing, what's likely to happen. As I see it in the price action. That's something that I discovered early on in my career also. I'm saying price action, but if I had to specifically define it using English, it would be the energy of the market. It's another attempt to go long, or to trying to break out. Good morning, Crypto Mojo, new to trading and the channel. Well, welcome to the markets and to MV3 Trader. Been enjoying it since Thanksgiving. Appreciate that. Hope I'm able to, provide some value to your journey. Definitely attempting to go on another run. Buyers look a little strong. Let's see how far they can take it. And this is a new all-time high territory, so I'm sure the narratives that come out of this later on today is going to be very, very captivating, to say the least. Like I can see some headlines already. I don't want to put more energy to it than that, but I think the rest of the week can be pretty interesting from what we get from the media. at the other markets. All-time highs for the S&P, for the NASDAQ. For their favorite, the Dow, or that's the Russell. Did we get the Dow yet? Oh, the Dow as well, looks like. All-time highs across the board. Well, no, not the Dow, not yet. We're pretty much in every other market. Would have been really nice if I didn't get stopped out on that, or not, if my break even wasn't triggered so quickly on that trade that I took earlier. If you're paying attention to what I'm doing with Sierra, which I wouldn't recommend, I also definitely would not recommend copying what I did it with Sierra. Y'all think I should just get my feet wet with Leeloo just for the experience? $51 bucks for 88. I think for the platform, I'm sure I'm not knowledgeable enough to pass. But all right, so the way that I would do it, the way that my recommendation would be, if you don't have a strategy, I would not. If you don't have a strategy, I definitely wouldn't start with Leeloo yet, because it's going to be kind of pretty much just wasting money. And if you haven't proven to yourself that you know how to profitably trade, then I also still wouldn't start with Leeloo yet. I think Leeloo, and as well as its competitors, are good for if you already have a strategy, you just don't have the capital to really take advantage of that strategy. So the way that I recommend doing it is like opening it, or you can use like Thinkorswim, or you can use TradingView, are I don't think the requirements for an AMP account are even is like if you want access to Sierra Chart and all the other platforms, but just the most cost effective way would be to open an account with TD Ameritrade and use their Thinkorswim platform, and then start paper trading with it. All right, so and the reason where that comes from, just so we understand the why I'm recommending doing it that way, is because when I was in your position, I jumped into the market too soon with real money. I thought I had a strategy, but what I didn't have was experience. I didn't have enough experience with different market conditions. I had a little bit of experience, but there was more that I wasn't, there was a lot of times where I wasn't sure of what I was doing because based off of what the market was showing me. So if I had to do it over again, of course everybody says this, but if I had to do it over again, I would have paper traded a little bit longer, got that experience, and then jumped into it with real money, because the market isn't going anywhere. So, and if it does, then it doesn't matter anyway, because we got bigger problems. So like the way that I recommend doing it is just to get your strategy together, make sure that you get your experience through paper trading. You can use TD Ameritrade, like I said before, use their Thinkorswim platform. That'll probably be your best option for free that I know of. Or if you want to use the other platforms, I don't think AMP's requirements are that high, so you'll get access to Sierra Chart as well as a lot of other platforms with AMP futures. But Leeloo is something that I would if I didn't have a strategy and I didn't already know I could make profits, I would wait on that until I got those two things together first, and then I would jump in with Leeloo. Or you may discover that you don't even need Leeloo. Like, have you been investing at all? Are you are you doing any are you long-term investing? Or I see you crypto mojo, so are you trading crypto? Because if you are doing that stuff, one thing that I told, when my brother was interested in trading, he was, also investing. He doesn't trade, but he was investing. And I told him one thing that he could do was the things that he is invested in, he already has an interest in it. So like, just watch that stuff. Don't watch it in terms of what you're gonna do for to make any decisions, but watch it how those stocks and the market, how it moves, so you get used to the price action and get used to seeing the structure. And just you'll train your mind to see the technical side of it. So I don't really like to give a hard number with the general paper trading time frame, and that's because when I started, I did paper trade for like a couple weeks or a month maybe at the most. But the way that I see paper trading is it's gonna vary based off of how fast you progress and getting familiar with what you see on the charts. So like, when I started, I may have paper traded for like a couple weeks or up to a month, and then I jumped in. But I eventually did have to go back, and I took months to paper trade and get myself, because there was a lot. It was more than just learning, or getting familiar with the technical side. I also had to untrain my mind from the losing side of it, because I had picked up a lot of bad habits, and I psychologically, did damage to my trading. So I had to fix all of that stuff. So it took me months of paper trading to get back to a point where I was comfortable with getting back in the market to be able to consistently, see profit. So I would say the things that you want to look for to determine how long you want to paper trade is, are you starting to see like consistent patterns, day after day? All right. So like over a couple of weeks, over maybe a month or two, are you starting to see those consistent patterns? And how many phases of the market have you experienced? If you've every day you see the market doing pretty much the same thing, that pretty much means you're only seeing one phase of the market. So you want to see when things are trending, when things are accumulating, and then how price action responds and price structure and how everything sets up with that, so you get that experience. And then once you feel comfortable, everything has to come from within. Once you feel comfortable that you got a solid, because you're not going to be completely ready, but once you feel comfortable that you have a solid understanding of whatever it is that you see from a technical standpoint, and you feel like you can continuously, not from day to day, but month to month, be able to take profits from the market, then that's when I say you're ready to jump in with real money or with Leeloo. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be different when you start jumping in with real money, even if it's trading with Leeloo. But you want to make sure your technical side is solid first. So I hope that answered your question. I don't like to give, solid, concrete answers, because it's going to vary, because we're not all the same. So it's going to be different for every person or every trader. I'm just gonna keep this up here. Well, I need to get my COB screenshot. Cool, no problem. I think right here maybe we can see some consolidation. Trying to form some support at 220 ish. 221 is the current floor from a short-term perspective. I can go ahead and remove this. I have to play with that later. All right. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close up the shop for the day. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming through. And hope everybody have a good rest of the day, good rest of the week. And I will see you guys next Wednesday, maybe earlier, maybe I'll just pop up. So we'll see. Anyway, trade it easy.